But take a look at the east side. There's a lot of damage on the walls. Check this pothole out. It literally swallows up my entire foot. And as you can see, the suspects caused thousands of dollars in damage throughout their crime spree. An employee here at the quarry says he saw a woman walking along 209 and picking up money. Skiers today are enjoying about 2 inches of fresh powder. It's hard to imagine a beast this size. Like nothing suspicious about it?
Money's dirty.
With red dye?
I don't know.
Legally, I hit 160 miles an hour. That's never happened before. It was a painful morning, but for developer Troy Nauman, it was a chance to finally get started on his multi-million-dollar project. The early morning silence was broken in East Stroudsburg by the sounds of crushing wood, crunching glass, and pounding earth. Residents gathered at the site to watch the demolition. Emotions ran high. Is it hard to watch?
Very. But I wanted to see. I can't stop crying though. I'm here and I wanted to see, but I don't know. I don't know how much longer I could stay. I'm gonna have to go home soon.
It's a shame.
Korean War veteran Thornton Kuiper was brought to tears watching the building where he used to take his granddaughter to watch the trains come crashing down.
Just watch the train. Sometimes she'd say, "Come on, Poppy, time to go watch the train."
Developer Troy Nauman says he will incorporate the historic architecture in the new project, which will likely consist of a restaurant and apartments. Yesterday, a judge denied an injunction that would have halted the demolition, shattering the hopes of a group hastily put together to try and save the Dansbury Depot. And Nauman tells me demolition will most likely last about several weeks. He also tells me he hopes to begin the new construction in early September. Reporting live in Monroe County, I'm Jim Murdoch. Kim, back to you in the studio. Welcome to Pocono International Raceway, home of the Pocono 500 and Pennsylvania 500, and also the stock car racing experience where you at home can get the chance to drive one of these 3,400-pound race cars.
This is as close to the real thing as the guy up the street's going to get behind the wheel of.
If you've ever dreamed of hitting speeds well over 100 miles an hour, legally, and feeling the power of a real Sprint Cup car, the stock car experience at Pocono Raceway lets anyone over the age of 18 fulfill their mega horsepower fantasy. First, you arrive to the track and sign your life away and sit through an instruction class. Pocono is a tricky track with 3 unique straightaways and turns, and this isn't your typical high school driver's ed class. It's a quick 30-minute crash course on, well, how not to crash. Let's flash back to my first time in a race car back in 2003 at Thunder Road Speed Bowl in Vermont. Yup, that's me in the Geo, and as you can see, it didn't end well. But at the stock car experience, safety is top priority.
You know, it's 1.6 million miles over 13 seasons, and we haven't handed out a Band-Aid to a student yet.
The school provides you with a helmet and fire suit. Now, I may not be Tom Cruise in Days of Thunder, but moments before they strap you in, you get movie star treatment. And finally, it's time to climb aboard and crank her up. Any final advice for me before I climb behind one of these 3,400-pound stock cars?
Go fast, turn left.
Engines pumping and thumping in time. The green light flashes, the flags go up. Churning and burning, they yearn for the cup. They deftly maneuver and muscle for rank. Fuel burning fast on an empty tank.
You're led around the track by an instructor, slowly building up speed for each of your 8 laps. It's scary fast, incredibly bumpy, and a pure adrenaline rush. I'm hot, I'm sweaty, my heart's pounding, but there's nothing like driving a stock car at one of the world's fastest ovals right here at Pocono Raceway. In Long Pond, Pennsylvania, for News 13, I'm Jim Murdoch. As the sounds of taps resonated across the Troop N barracks this morning, past and present members of the state police stood in silence. The names of all 93 killed in the line of duty were read, including Joshua Miller, who was lost in a gun battle last June while saving a young life.
Trooper Miller began his state police career right here in Troop M Bethlehem.
Trooper Miller not only set himself aside by displaying his character that day, but he would do it on a regular basis when he was a member here at Troop M Bethlehem and also in his time at Troop N Swiftwater, where he ultimately made that final and greatest sacrifice.
Today wasn't just a day of remembrance, it was also a day to honor those troopers that went above and beyond the call of duty. These guys behind me did everything from stopping a sexually violent predator to keeping the drugs off our streets. But the thoughts of many at today's memorial service remained on Joshua Miller, the 92nd trooper to lose their life in the 100-year history of the Pennsylvania State Police. A somber ceremony to remember a first-class hero.
Trooper Miller was the best of the best. He will be sadly missed by all those that knew him.
Jim Murdoch, News 13, Bethlehem. So our forecast tonight, 57 to 63. Tomorrow, 85 to 90 degrees. Hot and humid, a chance of that afternoon thunderstorm. Now that 88 is interesting because it's about 2,000 feet above sea level. Generally, you tack on about 5 degrees as you go up every 1,000 feet. So if you're in downtown Stroudsburg right now, it's more like 94 degrees because Stroudsburg sits at about 500 feet above elevation.